Welcome to Othership Learn and Breathe. First, we're going to dive into some breathwork knowledge and then buckle up as we're going to put it to practice with a session from our app. You can always skip ahead to the session itself. And if you like what we're putting out there, then don't forget to give us a follow and subscribe. Thank you and have an awesome journey. So let's talk about how breathwork actually works in terms of how it's affecting our bodies, what it's actually doing to our physiologies and our nervous systems. So this is the science portion, people. Bust out your notebooks, take notes, listen up.
Yeah, it's so cool to come at this from a scientific standpoint because what the ancient cultures have intuited and practiced for thousands of years, what we once thought to be very esoteric and based in spirituality, is now being addressed with science. And the amazing thing is, it's telling the same story.
Yeah, it's incredible. The Indians, they knew it as prana. The Chinese, they knew it as qi, both of which loosely translate to both the breath and life force energy. It is interchangeable.
So cool.
Yeah, so through harnessing the breath, they understood that we can tap into our most basic unit of life and thus take control of the energy imbued within us that brings forth our lives and the quality of our lives.
And so big shout out to these cultures. They laid the groundwork, thousands of years of breathwork R&D right here. It's amazing.
Okay, cool. So let's dive into the science. The breath, it is the direct reflection and gateway into our physiological state, our nervous system. And our nervous system is the foundation of everything, our overall health and resilience, including our immune health, our digestion, our circulatory system, hormonal, inflammatory response, absolutely everything that governs the state of our bodies and our state of consciousness. It's just everything. It's what keeps our body in that state of homeostasis, of balance, and it's also what temporarily shifts our body into that state to defend ourselves whenever it needs to.
Wow, so much learnings. So our nervous system is the foundation of all of our experiences, the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves in this world, and that our physiological state follows suit. It's what we find ourselves in. So our core belief, our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors, our habits are all a downstream source from our nervous system, which can be harnessed with our breath. So it's so crucial to note here that if our breath is in any way constricted, so too to that same degree is our life.
Yeah, and depending on which breathing techniques we use, we can either tap into one of either the two main branches of the nervous system. So first there's the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the rest and digest, the feed and breed. When you are in this state, you have a sense of safety and connection. You see the opportunities in life. You are engaged, you are content, you are at peace, you are creative, you are joyful and free. Physiologically, your body is in that state of homeostasis. Your respiratory sinus arrhythmia and heart rate variability are at optimal levels. So this all sounds great, right? This is the state that we want to anchor ourselves in on a day-to-day level. The ventral vagal complex of your parasympathetic system here is activated. The vagus nerve. This is the primary nerve that connects body to brain, that connects heart and all the primary organs to the brain. So it is sending signals that we are safe and that we can thus grow, heal, rejuvenate, restore. The vagus network, the vagus complex, is the state that we want to live our lives through.
Okay, so there are countless techniques to address this specific outcome, but parasympathetic breathing is generally slow, it's soft, it's gentle, it's quiet, yet full. Breathing from the belly rather than the chest, so you're activating that diaphragm, and you're breathing in and out through the nose. So specific focus on the exhale when compared to the inhale. So it's a really relaxing, calming, parasympathetic inducing style of breath. So you can think of the release actually like a long sigh. It makes sense when you think about everything that Harry just said, how that activates the nervous system.
Nice. And then there's the sympathetic response of the nervous system. This is the fight or flight, the defensive, the alert state. Breathwork is so cool. It allows for us to fully activate, fully engage with this sympathetic branch. So it's really just like going full throttle so as to turn on these stress response pathways that we have encoded within our nervous system, within our DNA, to help us deal with these stressors. But the key thing here to note is that we are doing it willfully. We're consciously accessing the autonomic nervous system and controlling it. We're turning on the heavy stress specifically so that we can turn it off and spend the rest of our day and night relaxing, restoring, feeding, and breathing.
It's like flexing that muscle to make yourself stronger.
Yeah.
So sympathetic breathing also helps to bring out this elevated, expansive state of consciousness by shutting down that egoic thinking mind. So here we're tapping into the necessary areas for true growth and healing. So sympathetic breathing is generally full and quick. It focuses on the inhale, and it's often interspersed with long holds on full and on empty.
Yeah, the inhale, you can think of it once again as just making sense. Like when you take in a sharp breath of air, that's like the activating, you're drawing in life, and it is like the alert state. And so while the sympathetic state is very important at times, especially when our survival is actually being threatened, the unfortunate thing is that most of us are living in this state way more than we need to be because of just the way that we live, our diet, our technology,
fast pace of life, poor breathing habits, poor diet. It's like everything that comprises most of our days is all of the things that are bad for us.
Yeah, and then through this, we're constantly setting signals, constantly on a moment-to-moment level that something is not quite right. And it's out of living this state, this chronic stress state, there arises these ailments that our society is so plagued with. Depression, anxiety, stress, insomnia, loneliness, the lack of connection that we feel. That chronic feeling that something is not quite right is as a result of living constantly in the sympathetic state.
So summing it up, breathwork works by consciously altering and mastering our breath, which gives us control over this profound intelligence of our nervous system, which then gives us greater control over our core beliefs, our state of life, pretty much everything. So it is so powerful. The breath is everything.
So cool. So happy that you're on this journey with us.
Okay, lying down for this one. Are you ready to elevate your state? To create your fate for the day? To groove to your move and ignite your light? Well, let's do just that, shall we, with this invigorating up. In 3, out 1, all nose. In 2, 1, in, 2, 1, out, in. And forcefully out, all the way in. And let it go, in. Yes. Continuing at this pace. Go for it. In. Out. In. Out. In. Yes. If you're feeling it, I invite you to move around, bring some groove to your body, breathe into the beat, and moving to the groove. Oh yeah. Just a few more, go all out here. Come on now. Getting ready for a big breath on my cue. Here it comes. In 3, 2, 1, and big breath. Take it all the way in and hold it at the top. Letting it go with a beautiful sigh. And in this hold on empty, let's suck in our tummy and then give ourselves a little stretch. So feet outstretched in one direction, bring your hands over your head, outstretched in the other. How good does that feel? Giving yourself a little side bend to one direction and then the other. Stretch into what's tight, what feels right, what feels good. And on my cue, we're gonna get right back at it. It's gonna be an in one, out one, fast and forceful all through the mouth. Let's go for it. In 3, 2, 1, and in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Yes. Come on.
Check it.
Fully go for it here. Feel free to bring that movement back into your body. Dance to it. Feel to it. Move to it.
Check it.
Groove to it. Whatever feels right. Whatever feels good. This is your time. Getting ready for that beautiful big inhale on my cue in 3, 2, 1, and take it in, all the way in, all the way up. Few extra sips, squeeze it, and with the sigh, let it go. This time bring your knees up to your chest and hug yourself into a tight little ball. You can roll front to back, side to side, whatever feels good here. And send some love to yourself here in this self-hug. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up and doing something good for yourself, for consciously elevating your state, for actively creating your fate for the day. Thank you. So sitting up now, still while holding on empty. Taking a half breath in, holding it there, and getting ready to dive straight into the breath of fire. This is sharp, quick, and forceful exhales made through contractions of your diaphragm. Getting ready. Breath of fire. In 3, 2, 1, and out, 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 out. Forcefully contract that diaphragm. Igniting our fire for the day. Boosting our energy. Getting right at it. Ignite your light. Prime your shine. Fire you up to get higher up. Come on, a few more. Getting ready for your last big breath in on my cue. Here it comes. In 3, 2, 1, and take it in, take it all the way in. Hold it at the top. And on my cue, we're going to release with any sound that embodies the energies that you've built up in this short state shift of a session. So here we go, releasing that now. And holding on empty for just a moment. Feeling into this state shift that you created for yourself with your breath before heading into your beautiful day.